My name is Matthew Torres. I love music, movies, photography, uh, art in general, uh, hanging out with friends like everybody else, and going to shows.
My name's Jose Amaya. Um, yeah, no. My name's Jose Amaya, born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, work for Best Buy.
My name's Sam. I work at Apple at the mall. I go to school at Paradise Valley, and I love to hang out with friends and party.
I'm an artist at heart. Music, drawing, cooking, anything that involves any kind of skill that takes time to perfect and make something beautiful out of nothing is actually just what I love to do.
Pretty much everything I do has an influence of art in it, whether it's just spending time in my room or hanging out with friends. I'm almost always having music going or movies playing or going out and enjoying some form of art, whether it be a show that's live or whether it is just listening to something recorded or watching film. It really, everything I do is kind of reflected and related to art.
Not really. It's just something that became a passion, and I just continue to do all of them over and over again.
I think the art that directly influences all of it is probably music. It's definitely what I spend most of my time doing is listening to music, concerts, music at parties with friends.
Any type of self-expression and a message that's trying to be put out or a feeling that's trying to be portrayed, I think is art. It can come in many, many different forms, whether it be music or paintings or whichever. But art, I mean, really is kind of what you make it.
Life. Everything I've done has involved art, so
Music, mostly. And then a little bit of photography, videography.
Really depends on when you're asking me. Art can be a lot of things. I mean, now it's kind of changed from what it's been. It's more so, it's been more to pull out emotion out of a person. I mean, art can be from anything and anything at all, whether that's a YouTube video, painting a picture, writing on the wall, whatever it looks like. But lately, I mean, you got to kind of, I don't know, that's kind of a loaded question to me, just because now, I mean, art's changed so much. If you look at it, that can be a corporate company having an ad versus just reading a book. Art's just about anything that can pull an emotion out of a person.
I think offensive arts, they can be necessary if they're offensive because they're violating taboos, if they're offensive because they have a uh, negative agenda to them, or for the purpose of hatred or for a purpose of just being offensive. I don't think that's necessary, but if it's trying to put awareness for an issue, I definitely think that something that's offensive can be used in a very good way.
sometimes it's worth it. You get a good reaction out of it, depending on what it stands for, I guess. If it's like bad, of course not, but it can always lead to something good, and it is controversial, and most art is, in my mind.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, any art is offensive. I mean, it's going to be offensive to someone. I mean, a lot of people, certain groups may like it, but I mean, it's bound to be offensive to someone. So I think all art technically is offensive. And it's always going to get a reaction out of someone. That's kind of the idea, I think, of art, is to get reactions and bring up emotions out of everyone.
Without a doubt. One of the things I actually love is going to be graffiti. I think it's something that, you know what, when it's on a wall, people tend to respond to it. Now, I'm not just saying a name on the wall, but better yet, some type of street art. If you really look at it as a whole, it's something that changes your opinion or makes you think differently. It's more provocative, but it captures that moment and makes people change their emotion real quick. Just like with anything else out there. I mean, if I'm going to start cussing or anything like that, guess what? I just grabbed attention. People are going to pay attention to me. They might not like what I have to say, but by all means, I got their attention at that moment.
and why?
To find similarities, I really think it's subconscious and conscious. It's conscious, and we want to be able to relate to everybody and be able to make new relationships. But subconsciously, even if we aren't intending to make another relationship or want to get closer to a person, we're always trying to find common ground so that we can have a good time, or to have an experience with that person, even if it's just walking by. I mean, we want to be able to relate, even if it's just kind of giving a smile and portraying a nice emotion.
I think it is subconscious. It's just a natural reaction. Of course, you're judging people by the way they look, so you're already kind of getting an idea how you think they might be. So that can always influence who you get to know next.
I think it's a subconscious. Like, we don't really know that we're doing it. It just sparks something in our brain that, like, hey, I kind of like talking to this person, or this person's boring as hell. Like, I don't want to talk to them anymore. I think it's just whatever we like. I don't know. It just sparks something that kind of feeds your interest to keep talking to that person or not to talk to them anymore.
Depends on the person. Really, some people go out there, to try and find like people that are exactly like them, and then really start building those cliques, or start finding where they're at in a club, whether that's a corner over here, a corner over there. Other people, they'll just do it just to have fun. Go out there and live life, really find out who they are, but better yet, just go out there and just live it.
Well, cliques and groups really kind of go back to that longing to relate to someone. So when you're in a group or in a clique, you want to be a part of something. You want to have that feeling of belonging, even though you don't want to lose your individuality.
It's just bound to happen. Someone's always going to be the leader of the pack, and everyone else is going to follow some way or another. It's always going to be cliques, no matter how society changes.
Well, I mean, you can only be so different from everyone else. And since everyone wants a sense of belonging, I mean, you find the similarities in your differences, if you will, with other people, and that's why you guys start hanging out, is because you guys want to belong to one another, and you guys have similarities about being different.
The same things, they have the same feelings, but they usually go on visuals, just how you were saying, almost the visual effect where you're seeing, hey, people that dress like me, people that look like me, let's all get together. But really, I mean, deep down inside, I think all of us have the same feelings, same thoughts, same emotions. And in the end, later on when we grow older, I mean, we really find out, hey, who we are and how we all actually are. We all just seek a greatness, but at a young age, we don't know what that is, and that's why you see cliques.
Yeah, I think art on clothing is a huge way of expression. It expresses your feelings, whether it's at that moment, whether it's in general, your beliefs, what you like, your interests. It's a really good way to portray who you are, but it can also be a way for someone to hide behind.
Yeah, absolutely. Even the shirt that I'm wearing right now is actually what I draw, so my own creation, just something I enjoyed doing. Of course, it's to advertise something, not necessarily a product, but just who I am.
Not at all. A person can wear a plain shirt every single day, their whole lives a white t-shirt. Does that mean anything? Does that mean they're a plain person? No. If a person wears a colorful shirt, does that mean anything else? No, not at all. I think they can like it to try and portray who they are, but it's not doing anything for them. It's just a matter of, hey, you know what, maybe it's marketing. Who knows? Maybe it's you're marketing something else to make somebody else some more money. It really doesn't matter.
It was a conscious decision. I mean, I kind of portrayed what I liked. I mean, I was listening to them today, so I just had the feeling that, oh, I want to listen to this band today, so therefore I want to wear that shirt because I want to portray, hey, I like this band. I support this. I want to let other people know about it. If they ask me questions, I can show them the band. I can show them the music. I can tell them why I like it. It was a conscious decision in that sense, but subconsciously, I could have picked anything in that in that drawer, but subconsciously, I mean, I was going off my emotions and going off of my feelings, and I might not have thought that at first, but really that had an impact on what I picked out that day or today.
It was comfortable and I felt like wearing it.
Subconscious, just grabbed whatever was there. I gotta say, I mean, today, off day, of course, I'm just gonna grab whatever I can and wear it. If I'm going to work or something like that, am I gonna wear a different attire? Yeah, of course. I mean, depending on which day you're asking me, maybe it might be a conscious decision, maybe it might be subconscious.